Hi guys, I hope you're all well and I hope you're all still encouraged and staying encouraged. And I just wanted to come on here to share with you guys some exciting news and what the Lord has been showing me also. And it also, have to do with my 207-day dream that I had in the beginning of this year that ties in with what the Lord has been showing me. So if you watch my previous videos where I also explained to you about the 7,000 years and we deduct the current Hebrew year, 5,783, we get 1,217. So the Lord showed me the 1,000 is the 1,000 millennial reign of Christ, and the 217 days, if you count from the 1st of January on man's calendar, will bring us to 11/19, the 19th day of the 11th month on God's calendar. But on the Gregorian calendar, it's going to be August 5th. And then the 207 days, my dream that I heard, 207 days rapture, but there was a slight pause, brought me to the 10th day of the 11th month on God's calendar, but on the Gregorian calendar, it's going to be the 26th of July. So, again, if you take that and we write the 26th of July as 726, we also see that 726 in the strong is 𝒦𝐼𝒩𝒢, catch, away, up, pluck, pull, take by force. And then also if we take the 207 plus 10 days, it's 217. So then I wanted to also show you guys what I saw on the Enoch calendar. August 5th would be the 17th day of the 5th month on the Enoch calendar. And then the 26th of July on the Gregorian calendar would be on the Enoch calendar the 7th day. And that is when the army captain of King Nebuchadnezzar arrived back to Jerusalem on this day to destroy it. And we can read that in 2 Kings 25 verse 8 through 10. So also interesting, from May 22nd, that Mandy got from Jesus, and on God's calendar it was the 4th day of the 9th month, to the 19th day of the 11th month would be 76 days. So from May 22nd on man's calendar, but it was the 4th day of the 9th month, to the 10th day of the 11th month on God's calendar is exactly 66 days. And if you guys remember where I also explained to you, the Lord showed me from, the 66 days from the beginning to the end, and also the books of the scriptures that have 66 books. But then again, you guys, from 22nd of May to the 19th day of the 11th month is 76. So there's again the 10 days in between. And I'm going to show you guys, because as Jesus spoke to Mandy, count the days in between the Sabbaths. And Miss Return to Eden also said we do not count the feast days. So I'm going to show you guys. It's 1, 2, 3. There's a feast day. 4, 5, 6, 7. Another feast day. 8, 9, 10 days. So there's the 10 days. So from the 10th day of the 11th month, counting 10 days, brings us to the 19th day of the 11th month on God's calendar. So I wanted to show you guys just that, and then I also wanted to show you regarding the 17th. So just looking now at the 11th month, if we count from day 1, so we know it's the Jewish people celebrate the feast and the Sabbath from evening to evening. So going on, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, the 17th day. So we take the 19th and we minus the 2 Sabbaths, it's the 17th day. Just interesting, as I said, that I saw on the Enoch calendar that August 5th would be the 17th day of the 5th month. And we know that in the days of Noah, the flood started on the 17th day of the 2nd month, and the Israelites came through, the Red Sea on the 17th day of Nisan. And then Mandy also got the 17th day of the 3rd month from Jesus. So I just wanted to show you guys that 17. And also, the 66 days plus the 10 days, it's actually 76. Then also interesting, from May 2nd, Mandy got a message on that day. On the Gregorian calendar, it was May 2nd, but on God's calendar, it was the 14th day of the 8th month. And Jesus said to her, how long does it take the flowers to bloom? So I Googled and I saw it takes 95 days. So from that day, counting 95 days brings us also to the 19th day of the 11th month on God's calendar. So I then took the 217 days and I divided by 2, and it adds up to 108 days, 0.5. So when I counted from 1st of January on man's calendar, 108.5 days brings us to 8/1 on God's calendar, which would have been the 19th of April on the Gregorian calendar. But when we count from the 25th of September 2022, when Miss returned to Eden, got instructed by the Lord that the new year began on the 25th of September 2022, it actually brought us to the 26th of July. If you watch my previous videos, I explained that also to you guys. And if you followed Miss Return to Eden and Katie and Berto, you will also have saw that on 8/1, that is when the star alignments flipped, when God showed them that the star alignments flipped on that day. So that is 108 and 0.5, so it's a half day. So we're coming from there, the evening going to the next day, it's a half day. Then from there on, counting again 108.5 days, brings us to the 19th day of the 11th month. So that's interesting. But then I took, I counted from the 10th day of the 11th month on God's calendar. So from the 26th of July on the Gregorian calendar, I counted 108.5 days backwards. And I got to the 9th day of the 4th month on God's calendar. And that would have been the 8th of April if you counted it from the 25th of September 2022. And that would have been, as the world knows it, as Passover, as the resurrection of Christ, because the crucifixion, as the world knows it, was the 5th of April, so the 3rd day would have been the 8th of April. So I just found that very interesting, that counting from the 10th day of the 11th month backwards, 108.5 days brings us actually to the 8th of April what the world thought it was actually, you know, the resurrection. But we all know by now that the true crucifixion was the 15th day of the 8th month, and the resurrection was the 17th that evening, going to the 18th of the 8th month. So I wanted to show you guys that, and then again I went on the stellarium and I saw that on the 26th of July on the stellarium, the moon will be under Asher's feet. So perhaps this is when, you know, the clock stops and the dial turns back clockwise. I'm not saying it is like that. I'm just saying perhaps this could be that day, and then we have the 10 days from the 26th of July on the you know, on man's calendar, and then 10 days from here on will bring us to the 19th day of the 11th month, which is the 5th of August. So I just wanted to show you that on that day, the moon will be also under Asher's feet. Then I also saw what was interesting, as I said to you guys in my previous videos, that you know, on the 29th of September, as I worked it out from the 25th of September 2022, 10/7 was actually the 29th of September, and that was when the Feast of Tabernacles ended and Pentecost began. So from that day, up until 11/19 is 43 days. And we know that in Mandy's messages, the Lord said he is coming on the 43rd day. I also wanted to share with you guys from resurrection, from the day of resurrection, counting to 10/1. So from 8/18 to 10/1, which was Jesus' birthday, was 43 days. And that was also, you know, when Jesus, you know, said to Mandy that she needed to do a life. So I find that also very interesting, that it's also 43 days. Jesus said he's coming on the 43rd day. So, and then again from 10/1, Jesus' birth, up until 11/19, so there's 30 days. So from 10/1 it's to 10/30 is 30 days, and then you count 40, 50, it's also 50 days. So 11/19, the 19th day of the 11th month would be 50 days. Then I wanted to share with you guys how we, you know, got it wrong, because if we read in scripture, Leviticus 23 verse 16, scripture says, until the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall he number 50 days, and he shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. So actually we needed to count 7 Sabbaths and then again 50 days. So I'm going to quickly show to you guys how I did it, or how we did it, you know, on God's calendar. So from Passover, and then the Feast of Unleavened Bread was 8/15, counting 7 days would bring us to 8/22. So counting 7 Sabbaths, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Sabbaths. So as Jesus also said, count the days in between the Sabbaths, and Ms. Return to Eden said we don't count the feast. So it's 7 Sabbaths. So 7, 8. The feast is 8 day. 9, 10. There we also got the 10 days that we need to add from that day on. That will bring us, you know, the 7 Sabbaths, and then the following day after the 7th Sabbath, then counting 10 days on brings us to the 19th day of the 11th month. But now I'm going to show you guys how the world is counting it, and how man is counting it on man's calendar. So we count 7 Sabbaths. So there is 1. As we know, as we think there is in each week a Sabbath, but as Ms. Return to Eden also, you know, was instructed by the Lord that there's only 3 Sabbaths in a month. But I'm going to do it now as how the world sees it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Sabbaths. So counting from there on up until the 19th day of the 11th month is 50 days. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that also, and how we thought, you know, because I think everyone was excited, and we didn't. And as Mandy also said, you know, in her, you know, one of her videos, the Lord, or I think she did it on the live, Jesus said to her, my spirit goes first. And Ms. Return to Eden also said that the Lord, you know, showed her that the spirit goes first. So everything happens first in the spirit and then in the physical. So it was actually 50 days plus 50 days. But we must remember now that the Lord said, Jesus said to Mandy, he's coming on the 43rd day. So counting 43 days brought us to 10-1, and then counting 50 days brings us to the 19th day of the 11th month. So it's actually, if that makes sense, I hope that makes sense. I hope I explain it to you guys in a manner that you also can understand. I just wanted to bring that. It's just amazing how the Lord is, you know, showed also me the 1217, the 1000 being the millennium reign of Christ, the 217 counting from the 1st of January on man's calendar brings us to the 19th day of the 11th month. On the Gregorian calendar, it's going to be the 5th of August. And then again, as I said, my 207-day dream, there was a slight pause. So perhaps this is the 10-day testing. And then if you take the 10 days plus 207, it gives us 217. So guys, I wanted to just bring that, and I hope this will encourage everyone. But take everything to Jesus and ask him for confirmation. You know, he doesn't want anyone to perish, and I don't want anyone to, you know, I don't want anyone to go astray by what I say. So I'm asking you guys, please take everything to Jesus in prayer and ask him for confirmation, and to show him if this is of him. Also, and guys, if you have not given your heart to Jesus Christ, this is now the time to do so, because this life is just a vapor and it's flying past so quickly, guys. And our our King is coming back. He's really coming for his bride. As I also said to you guys that, you know, the Lord showed me that this is the year of the Lord. And as Miss Return to Eden also said that this is the year of the Lord. And there's a lot of other people that, you know, got that proclamation from the Lord that this is the year of the Lord. So please get your hearts right with Christ. I hope to see you guys. If I don't make another video, and if I don't have anything new information that the Lord brings to me, I hope to see you guys at the wedding feast. I think it's going to be very, very special. I think Jesus has prepared a very special event for every one of us. I hope that everyone keeps encouraged and blessed. I hope that everyone has a blessed day further. Bye guys.